Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. In today's video, we're going to be looking at 5 different directions of stepping that will help with your posture and your balance. These stepping techniques are commonly used in Tai Chi, but we can all use them to help with our balance and our posture and to help better coordinate our upper body with our lower body. We'll be looking at advancing steps, which is stepping forward, retreating steps, or stepping backward, stepping to the left, stepping to the right, and then finally, central equilibrium. If you're new to the channel, I'm Dr. Todd Martin, creator of the Walking Code. The advancing or forward step is done in a shoulder width stance with the standing foot facing out at an angle and the stepping foot facing forward in the direction of travel. The transition between steps requires shifting the weight back to free the front foot, allowing it to pivot outward. This foot will now become the new supporting leg. Like most Tai Chi steps, the weight is kept centered over the standing leg for balance and support. Proper stepping requires continuous, coordinated rotation of the upper and lower waist. During the step to the right and step to the left, the swing leg travels out on a horizontal line, even with the heel of the supporting leg. The swing foot places on the heel at a 45-degree outward angle relative to the supporting foot. The step is sideways relative to the position of the torso. The retreating step travels backward on a single line. Each foot will angle slightly outward, so as they pass each other, they will form the shape of a V. Unlike the forward and side steps, retreating steps place on the ball of the foot. The final stepping direction is central equilibrium. This step ends in a stable position over the supporting leg. It can also represent a transitional point in other stepping directions. Here's a quick tip as you begin your practice. The lower your stance is, the longer your step is going to be. If you're having any balance challenges, what you're going to want to do is raise the height of your stance and shorten the distance of your step. That's going to require less strength and less balance, and you'll be able to accomplish the step easier. For example, in the advancing step, I may begin with a bow stance like this instead of a bow stance like this. When we're in the bow stance like this, we can do very small shifts of weight, which will be easier than a large bow stance, which is going to require a lot better balance. We'll begin with the advancing step, or stepping forward. This is commonly used in what is called the Tai Chi walk, which is a great beginner step for people who are trying to work on their balance and posture or beginning to learn Tai Chi. We're beginning in a Tai Chi bow stance with the front leg foot facing forward and the rear leg foot angling out at about 45 degrees. Vertical posture, think of elongating your spine upward throughout the entire movement. We're going to place our hands on the side of our hips. The weight is beginning shifted forward, so your spine will be roughly in between the 2 feet. We're going to shift backward and pivot out the forward foot while continuing your gaze facing forward. Then we're going to shift our weight forward to the left foot and continue your gaze facing forward as we do that. That's the first part of the step. And then we're going to complete the step by turning the waist to the left and letting the right leg come up and circle forward, so the knee is going to be facing forward. You should have a very nice, stable balance here. Really feel your gluteus medius on the side of your left hip, working that balance. Then we're going to step out into a shoulder width stance, placing on the heel, keeping all of your weight still sitting on the rear leg. Then we're going to turn the waist so your body is facing directly forward, and as you do that, your forward foot is going to lower down to the flat foot position. Then we're going to shift forward, keeping the body facing forward. And then we're going to start over with the pivot to the right, turning the body to the right slightly while keeping your gaze facing forward. We're going to shift the weight, turn the body, and then step out onto the heel, square up, and then shift forward again. From the side view, our second stepping technique is going to be the retreating step, or stepping backward. I'll first demonstrate and then explain where the focus should be. So we're going to begin standing with all of your weight on one leg, and the foot of that standing leg is going to be angled out at 45 degrees. Front foot facing forward, placed on the heel, hands on the waist. We're going to begin by retracting the front foot and turning the waist towards the standing leg, my right leg. Then we're going to prep the back step by turning the waist towards the swing leg, so towards the left, and we're going to complete the back step by turning the waist back toward the standing leg. Then we're going to shift in 3 separate movements. First, shifting the weight by turning towards the rear leg, collect into single leg stance as you turn towards the swing leg, the forward leg, and then we're going to step back again by turning the waist toward the standing leg. Shift back again, turning towards the rear leg, which will be the standing leg. Shift into single leg stance by turning towards the swing leg, and then shift back into the back step by turning back towards the standing leg. What we'll notice in any technique stepping backward is the upper waist and the lower waist need to be turning in the direction of the standing leg at the time we take the step backward. In this first technique, we are not having to reach back with our glutes. We're simply turning the body, and the rotation of the body is what creates the back step. I didn't have to reach back with the glutes. So that is the first method we're using. Turn towards the standing leg, prep turning to the swing leg, and complete turning to the standing leg. For our next sequence, we're going to look at stepping to the left or stepping to the right. The technique is the same for both, just mirror images. This step is also called gaze or look to the left, step to the right, or gaze or look to the right and step to the left. We're going to be able to see why this is as we examine the rotation of the waist that creates the movement. When we do the beginning shift up, if you recall from the advancing step, we kept our gaze facing forward during the initial shift. And that's because our waist was rotating toward the swing leg. Then we turned the body or the torso to collect to the empty stance. When we're doing the gaze to the left, step to the right, after we pivot, we're going to turn the gaze towards the left because the waist is going to rotate towards the left leg instead of towards the right leg during that initial shift.
So my gaze is facing to the left, even though my intention is going to be stepping to the right. After I collect into this position, then I turn the waist to the right in order to prep the step out. And then I turn back towards the left to take the step. And so I'm stepping diagonally along the line of my standing leg heel. So I'm stepping on that same line, but with the forward foot facing at an angle. And then I'm going to square up, and then I'm going to shift forward, turning the upper waist to the right. And so my gaze is going to the right. I turn the upper waist to the left, and then turn back to the right to step out. So I'm gazing right, stepping left. Shift again, gazing left, stepping right. In our final stepping sequence, we're going to be doing central equilibrium. In central equilibrium, we're going to find our weight evenly balanced over one leg. We've already passed through central equilibrium in the different steps that we've already looked at. When we were doing the advancing step, we passed through central equilibrium here before stepping out onto the heel in a forward direction. When we did the look to the left, step to the right, we passed through central equilibrium here before stepping out on the diagonal. And then when we did the retreating step, we also passed through central equilibrium here before stepping backward.
Central equilibrium can also be used at the end point of a step rather than as a transition. This is seen in Tai Chi movements like the kicks and rooster stands on one leg. Practicing the 5 directions of stepping can go a long way to helping you coordinate your upper and lower body, improve your balance and your mobility. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.